Good afternoon and welcome inside the Robert Morris University Island Sports Center for the second game of a two-game series between the Oswego State Lakers and the Robert Morris University Colonials. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, or right beside the glass in this case. Patrick Machado and Ben Grieco is alongside me. Let's get a recap of yesterday's game. It was truly a game of momentum swings with both teams trying to grab control. A scoreless first period before the Lakers would grab 2 goals in the second, including Andrew Corning's first ACHA point in a performance that earned him the Oswego Easy Living Player of the Game honors.
Definitely an interesting game. Like you said, a lot of momentum swings between the 2-0, then the 2-2, 4-2, 4-4, 5-4. Just a lot of swings, like you said, in Corning all over the ice, as well as Deming with the 2-goal performance.
Yeah, the second half of the second period was controlled by the Colonials. We're going to at least table this recap for now, as we're going to get the starting lineups. The defense exactly the same as yesterday. C.J. Walsh alongside
I think it is Martin Simonek. And forward, it's going to be that starting line of Nees, Jubran, and Cardi. And Ryan Sharano, as you already said, is getting the start today after Parapesco got it yesterday. Galosi will be the backup goaltender.
Yeah, thanks for backing me up on that. Couldn't exactly see the numbers. Thank God I have eye surgery in a month and a half. Hopefully that will be corrected.
Hopefully.
As we're going to get the starting lineups for the Colonials as they're announcing the defenseman now. Jason DeFelice, the first defenseman. Alongside him will be the alternate captain and Andrew Hockmaster. As we move forward to the forwards, starting, it will be Justin Adamski alongside Tyler Draper and Tanner Orr. And starting in goal tonight is Parker Rutherford, a change in goal from yesterday in both sides.
Lewis Richardson, I do have to point out, did look strong yesterday. Just had some really unbad breaks. He had the breakaway on Cardi. He had the Deming breakaway and an awkward angle shot. But he definitely did look like a strong goaltender despite the 5 goals. You can't really fault him on some of those. Just really perfectly placed shots.
Yeah, especially the goals towards the latter half of the game, as we'll get to that in a moment. For now, honoring America. And it is sure nice to hear that song back in its original form.
It was interesting nonetheless yesterday. I think that's I'm going to leave it at. It was interesting. That's where I'm going to leave it.
It was interesting. It was one of a kind. I've never seen anything like it, as we're now getting set for action. Like you mentioned, the goaltender in yesterday, Richardson, held up strong, but the one weak point in the Robert Morris team, at least towards the end of the game, was their defensive zone structure, which Oswego quickly exploited.
Definitely did. And you saw a lot of 2-on-1 opportunities, and really 2-on-2s that were led to a lot of chances, including that Deming one. There was a 2-on kind of almost like 1.5, where there was a second defender kind of there, but Deming kept a shot for himself off an awkward angle, got it over the shoulder of Richardson. Definitely an interesting shot to take, but it worked as it opened up scoring for the Lakers. And Cardi as well, or not Cardi, excuse me, Deming as well was right up front for his second goal of the game. Cardi had the breakaway that went over the shoulder. They were just found a way to get through those holes here as we have face-off.
And this will no doubt be an interesting game, especially here in the early stages. Given what happened yesterday towards the end of the game, our thoughts and prayers go out to
Braden Harbison after taking that really bad hit. And we do, once again, want to apologize for the language that might have been heard over the radio or over our microphones and everything. We do hope he is okay. We did receive word that he is remaining at the hospital. We do want to make sure he is okay, though.
CJ Walsh dumps it down on his own side, and Martin Simonik will get off the ice for a change. More changes coming for Oswego. Tyler Traper brings it up on the right side and over the line. His pass was deflected off of an Oswego stick, and they'll start back the other way. And there will be a hand pass violation in Oswego for the first whistle of the game. 19:18 to go, first period.
Much different pace so far. You know, yesterday, within these first 42 seconds, we saw a lot of this Robert Morris offense right out of the gate, but right now they're just trying to testing the waters for both sides, it looks like.
No doubt also caused by coaching instructions as well, as we anticipate this game to be tightly called given what happened yesterday. So teams don't want to take that first penalty, although they will find out where the line is. Here's Trevor Jubron.
It is a different officiating crew to point out.
And no doubt would have been briefed as Chase Nees dumps the puck in. Wholesale line change for Oswego taking place. Here is Stephen Ralston. Gives it up to Joey Zatola. He had a good performance yesterday, notching 2 goals on that major power play. Oswego going to work in the corners. It's played to the open side. Stephen Ralston going after it with Sean O'Neill. O'Neill wins that battle, sends it up to Wands. Wands in the middle of the ice. Colby Scruple will send it in. Defense going off for a change. Here is Gilarowski. He'll freeze on the brakes and allow his play to develop, although the pass will be just out of the reach of Ralston for an icing call against the Colonials.
Colonials will have to stay on the ice now, but it's important to point out also Max O'Mara is on for the first time this weekend after some lineup change. O'Mara is going to be on that third pair of defensemen. Kyle Woodard is going to be the extra skater tonight on that 5th forward line, essentially.
Neither Mike Lemieux nor Zach Case, the parties that were involved in that incident, Zach Case being sent off, although video evidence would later show it was Mike Lemieux, both not in the lineup tonight. The Colonials win the draw. Behind his own net is Jeremy Jenkins. It's played up into the neutral zone. Braden Deming harasses Joey Zatola. Puck is still loose, and the play will be blown dead on an offside call.
He looked like he just got a little, Zatola just got a little ahead of the puck and tried to keep his one leg past the blue line. Unable to do so, though, so he'll be offside back in the neutral zone. Only a couple minutes in, and it looks like they're just trying to test the waters, kind of test the officiating crew, what they can get away with.
Face-off just outside of Oswego's zone. It's won by the Colonials, although taken away by Braden Deming. In alone, score! Pop the top off the water bottle, literally, as Braden Deming scores within the first 2 minutes of the game. It's 1-0 Oswego.
What a shot from the freshman. 3 goals now in his second game of the weekend. Nice slapper over the shoulder, as you said, really just blew apart that water bottle, and that's really only something you see in the pros or on NHL 20.
Yeah, you usually see the water bottle come off the top of the net, although that shot was a laser beam as it legitimately knocked the top off. Again, something I've seen a lot of firsts this weekend.
And that's another first right there for sure.
18:07 first period. Oswego State just took the lead off of Braden Deming's goal. He won it in the neutral zone, but they're going to give an assist to Luke Myers on that play as well. Andrew Hackmeister. D-to-D pass. Ian McLean up. Gives it over to Tanner Orr. It's blocked from moving further by an Oswego State defender. Actually, it was Luke Myers that was blocking that, and the play is still tied up in the Robert Morris end. Laker forecheck goes to work. Myers forced to pass over to the other side. Oswego State will retreat back into their own zone, but circling back now is Dylan Joyce. Great pressure from Daniel Kelly to keep them hemmed inside their own zone here. They're unable to escape. Andrew Corning is harassing Paxton Knupp. Finally, they're able to get it out, but to the stick of C.J. Walsh, and it's taken over by Anthony Robinson. Oswego State will recoil in their own end. Kelly, little touch pass, missed Robinson, and a board battle will ensue. Andrew Hackmaster is the beneficiary of that loose puck, left wing over the Oswego line, and it's poke checked away from him by C.J. Walsh, and he'll tie up his man in the corner. Both men go down. Puck hops off the top of the boards and taken away by Oswego State. Here is Martin Simonik. The trailer was Anthony Robinson, but Oswego State is offside. 16:43 to go, first period. Oswego State leads 1-0.
Looked like just a hair. I didn't even see the trailer. It was either Robinson or Kelly. I couldn't tell, but it was close. It looked like whoever was lagging behind had enough space. The linesman says no, though.
No harm, no foul as Oswego wins the draw, and Theo Cup will cycle it in deep. Chasing after it now is Chase Knees. It's sent around over for Justin Amdansky, who will play it up off the glass. It's gloved and sent in opposite corner by Theo Cup. Chasing after it is Knees. Up the wall trying to find Draper. Sent over to the open side. Again, this is Olympic-sized ice, so wider than your average NHL rink that you will see in any other league for that matter. Here is Chris Wan circling around the net. He's hit off the puck by Tanner Orr. Possession regained by the Colonials. Sent in behind. Theo Cup will spin it to the open side. It's stopped at the blue line by Paxton Nupp and cycled in around the other side again. CJ Walsh looking for an outlet. Andrew Carty chopped one along. It was blocked by Robert Morris, and the shot was blocked off of a Laker, and chasing after it was Trevor Jubron. The Colonials are able to get back to negate that breakaway opportunity. A rough 2-on-2 scrum. Andrew Carty trying to come away with it. Excuse me, that was Chase Knees. Puck loose and it's poked out. Tanner Orr will start out to center, and this pass was tied up in the stick of Dylan Eisenhower, preventing a dangerous 2-on-0 chance for the Colonials.
It just didn't look like Jubron had enough speed to come away with a breakaway. Didn't have enough angle and elected to play the body instead, which was smart.
Big shot taken by Amdansky as Mickey entered the zone. That one sailed over the net. Oswego State changing, so Luke Myers will stall. Sent up the wall for Eisenhower. Eisenhower's pass was blocked by Zatola, and the Colonials able to regain possession. Here's Zatola with the zone. Behind in the corner was Jeremy Jenkins, and it might have went off of Shirano. Didn't exactly see through the maze of players.
It was like it went off his pad and just wide. It was going sideways anyway.
Jeremy Jenkins flips it in. Behind the net is Max O'Mara. He's harassed by Stephen Ralston. The Colonials are able to win that forecheck, and the shot takes a deflection, and we have our first pushing and shoving of the game. Had to expect this one was coming. Shirano comes up with the save.
Should be interesting to see if this comes down to anything. As you said, after yesterday's events, it looks like players are talking a little bit, but it looks like both sides are calm about it at least. That should be the positive here. I'm not 100% positive, though.
And you would have to think that these players would be careful about what level that they rise to, considering that I wouldn't call it a retaliation penalty necessarily, but it was definitely a frustration penalty taken by the Colonials last night, which eventually led to that Andrew Carty game-winning goal. Sent around the boards by Martin Simonik over to CJ Walsh. Behind the net now, what is Colby Skrupa, and his pass to the front of the net was blocked. And the play enters the corner again. Brennan Wallace and Colby Skrupa go to battle. Loose puck squirts into the favor of Matthew Butson, and he'll look to escape the zone. He finds Trevor Kleckner in the neutral zone. Lays it off on the left side. It's poked away by Martin Simonik, who starts back the other way. Right wing over the Colonial line. He'll just chip it in and get his own pass. Try to play it towards the front of the net, and it was blocked by the frame of Andrew Heichmaster. And the outlet pass was intercepted by Oswego State, and they'll start in again. Colby Skrupa staying out there as Oswego State will change all of their personnel, and now Skrupa will skate off for a change to complete it. Here is Anthony Robinson. Up the wall for Andrew Corning. It's taken away by Jeremy Jenkins. Jenkins forced outside by Theo Cup. Oswego State wins back possession. Opposite corner dump in by CJ Walsh. That hits the protective netting for the whistle.
That's going to hit. That's actually going to go right into the glove, and then also that was Andrew Corning on the shot. Little short for CJ Walsh.
Yeah, absolutely.
One thing I do want to point out, though, is that Oswego State's forecheck looks incredibly better just 12 hours later from last night's game. Definitely an improvement, and definitely keeping the offense at bay for Robert Morris.
We mentioned that rest versus rust factor at the beginning of last night's game. Oswego State hadn't played a game since November, while Robert Morris had the opportunity to play one. Oswego State looking to find their legs, and it looks like they have. Andrew Carty will send it out in the neutral zone, right to the stick of a Colonial. Trevor Johnson will send it in. Sharano will have to make a play on it. Theo Cup will chase after it. Andrew Carty has the puck in his skates, and he'll kick it along further to an open side for some skating room. Andrew Carty being harassed by multiple Colonials. He's able to get it out to the neutral zone. Flipped back in by Gilarowski. Shot taken from the outside by Dylan Joyce into the pads of Sharano for the save. Here is Chase Nees with some speed. Cuts into the middle. And he takes the shot, and that one took a block in front, and how did that stay out? A clash of sticks in a wide open net. Here come the Colonials. Tyler Draper into the center, and a nice defensive play made there by Andrew Carty.
Right now, it's just opportunity after opportunity for both sides, a fast-paced game. Not what we saw toward the end of the night last night, but Trevor Jubron just wasn't close enough to bat the open puck.
That was probably the best chance since that original one for the Oswego State Lakers. 11:36 to go, first period. Oswego State leads it 1-0. We do not have the benefit of shots on goal as there is no display here in the arena. We'll try to get you that total later, as there was shots on goal added to last night's official game report.
Right now, I'd say it's pretty even between both sides. A lot of stuff from the outside, though, for the Colonials.
Tanner Orr with a nice move, and he'll flip over the frame of Daniel Kelly as he was stopping. It wasn't really a hit. Poked out of the zone by Andrew Corning and put in back by Noah Raimondo. Flipped around. Justin M. Damsky is battling with Corning. It comes to Oswego State. Dan Kelly had the puck poked away from him by Raimondo. Oswego State takes possession back, though, as Eisenhower would chip it in, and he takes a hit from Raimondo. Tried to go short side was Luke Myers. Almost had that angle.
Tried to pull off a Braden Deming example from last night, but couldn't do it.
Tried to catch Rutherford off guard. And now was Nathan Micken. He was taken down. Penalty is coming up to the Colonials, and Oswego State will go to their first power play of the game.
And it looked like it might have been a hook or something on it is on Martin Simonek at least. I don't know if it was a hook or it is going to be a hook kind of on that breakaway there. So Lakers, like you said, Pat, on their first penalty kill, I should say.
Yeah, and it was a little bit of a strange whistle as the whistle was blown when the Colonials touched up. But it will be the Lakers that find themselves shorthanded.
It is important to point out that Lakers did well except for that major penalty after the hit. They did kill everything except that major penalty, at least for the minor penalties.
Oswego State's penalty kill had always been a strong point of their game as the Colonials power play goes to work. And the puck, can't see the number of the puck in the corner. Again,
looks like Theo Cup and
it looked like Theo Cup was in there. Couldn't catch the Colonial. Again, an odd angle that we're standing at here. Heichmeister goes down for Antoni Shergatt. Send to the opposite side for Trevor Johnson. Shergatt, Johnson, looking for a lane, resets back at the point for Heichmeister. It's sent along by Gilarowski. Oswego State doing a very good job preventing the Colonials from shooting here.
They're keeping to that outside umbrella right now. They're not letting them close in at all, which is a strong position.
Back up for Gilarowski, who takes the shot, and Sharano made the save. Played up off the glass, saved at least for the moment. Sean O'Neill tried to get the clear. Puck falls to his stick. It kept in, but not out, and it finally does score it over the line. So Robert Morris will have to reset in quickly as Heichmeister tried to cut towards the front of the net, and Theo Cup made a nice block on that, although he went down hard.
Whoa, really nice shot there by Wands up high, and it doesn't look like Colonial's goaltender was expecting it. Rutherford, he went up high and fell on his back and a little slow to get up. It looks like he might be all right, but definitely interesting shot choice by Wands, trying to catch him off guard.
Yeah, and he absolutely did as he looked shaken up.
He kind of did take an awkward fall backwards.
And
yeah, I almost wonder if it's an equipment issue. Oh, I think it might be an equipment issue, maybe.
Yeah,
looks like he might have lost a skate.
It's possible that he might have lost a skate blade.
Yeah, I think it's a skate because the way he was skating off, he was kind of he was primarily on his right leg, kind of kicking the left. Try to give him a little more momentum, so it might be a skate issue. And obviously, they can't change goaltenders, otherwise Rutherford can't come back in. So it looks like he is skating on it. I'm not exactly, unless it's just feeling a little loose, and they're going to have to wait for another stoppage to tighten it up. We'll have to see what happens here.
9:10 to go, first period. Oswego State leads by a score of 1-0. They are on the penalty kill, 37 seconds to go, and Martin Simonek's penalty for hooking. In over the line is Atola. He put one towards the goal. Shirano couldn't handle it originally, but he is able to pounce on it for the save.
Really nice opportunity off the cross there. Nice little tip in, and exactly how you want to score on those kind of odd man rushes is something unexpected, but great awareness by Shirano, who hasn't really played much this season. I believe this is only his 4th game of the year.
So Shirano looking good in net so far. Oswego State wins the draw. It's played off the glass and saved by Justin Abdamski at the line. And he'll get it back from Trevor Johnson. Johnson resets back. Noah Raimondo goes down low for Justin Abdamski, and he's shoved to the boards by C.J. Walsh. Another battle will ensue, won by the Colonials. Abdamski. And the shot by Raimondo went off of a Lakers stick in front. Now it'll sail up and over the netting. 3 seconds to go in the penalty.
I could tell if it was a leg or a stick or the leg of Mickey that was kind of in the slot there. But either way, went up and high into the netting. Definitely an interesting shot choice from the Colonials there.
So penalty all but killed off. Colonials win the draw, and they'll shoot quickly off the faceoff. Two as these was couldn't actually catch who. Braden Deming looking for his second poke check save made by Rutherford. Loose puck chased after by Justin Abdamski and Jay Chapin. Theo Cup on the right side, skating up. He'll chip in on his own end. Chase after it with Andrew Heckmaster.
Jay Chapin staying back on defense. He's typically a forward, but he's playing defense this year, but he is in that defensive position.
It's flipped up by the Colonials. Jay Chapin will chase it unimpeded as the Colonials are in the midst of a line change. Chris Wands plays a little bit of catch with Braden Deming before flipping it to the opposite side. In the neutral zone now is Luke Myers. He takes it in over the zone and tried to get a tip on it was Braden Deming as Myers put one towards the goal, unable to find him.
It looked like he might have just gotten the tip, but wasn't wide either way.
And a big chance for Chapin out in front, and Rutherford is able to make the save.
And Myers is doing the smart thing right now, being harassed a little bit by Hackmeister. Myers is doing the smart thing of just kind of standing there and letting him take it to avoid any further conflict like there was yesterday. Kind of a smart move by the more veteran player after yesterday, like I said, and he's able to just kind of let everything take its course. And it looks like now they're focusing on Rutherford's skate, whatever the problem may have been.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are trying to move past what happened yesterday. None of them trying to take stupid penalties. And a pushing and shoving skirmish that you just saw will happen when you get close on a goaltender like that. Nothing out of the ordinary that we've seen so far.
Nothing too bad. You know, you saw a couple close breakaways where goalies ran into, and you saw a little bit of shoving, but nothing serious, like you said, Pat.
7:17 to go, first period, and a backhand shot score! Andrew Carty with the initial shot, and it finds the top half of the net. Oswego State leads by a score of 2-0.
A great shot by Carty. It looked like it went off the shoulder of the arm of the Rutherford. He didn't know where it went, goes over, and now goes into the crease, and the Lakers take a 2-0 lead quick in this one, unlike yesterday where they had to wait till the second period.
So in yesterday's game, Robert Morris jumped out to the early pressure, not able to take the lead. This game, Oswego State controls the early parts of the game, and they get rewarded for it. Same scoreline as yesterday, 2-0 Oswego State. Andrew Carty with the goal.
And it sounded like he said, he said 15 Chase Knees. It sounded like he said 13, but I knew we didn't have a 13 on our team. But Chase Knees gets the assist. I'm assuming primarily based off the face-off win there.
7:04 to go, first period. Oswego State leads by a score of 2-0. We mentioned Andrew Carty just scored. Braden Deming with the first goal that opened the scoring just 2 minutes into the game. Played off the glass, hit a stanchion though, and comes right to the stick of C.J. Walsh, and his dump in was blocked by the body of Nicholas Gall. And the slapper from the outside, taken by Trevor Jubron, was gloved and held by Rutherford.
It looks like they're just trying to catch Rutherford off guard right now, taking some outside shots or some weird shots, because you saw that he almost let in the Wands shot earlier. So I think they're just trying everything to see what he can and can't do based off his blocker and glove.
And he's obviously a little bit rattled up with the equipment issue. So Oswego State trying to exploit that as C.J. Walsh dumps it in. Icing was waved off. Matthew Butson will start out for Trevor Kleckner. Kleckner had it poked away from him. C.J. Walsh has inside position, and them two will go to battle. Puck was taken by Nathan Mickey. Loose puck over at the point. Nicholas Gall takes a shot. It hit a Laker in front and eventually goes behind the net. 2-on-2 battle over on the near boards, far side.
Looks like Sean O'Neill's one of the Lakers and Simonek was the other.
Thank you, Ben. Again, with the height advantage over me. On the near side, hard to see. Puck played over to that near side, and a big shot was taken by Butson, and the rebound was unable to be taken advantage of by anybody. There was no Colonial in its vicinity. Oswego State escapes the zone. Here's Sean O'Neill. He's 2-on-1. O'Neill will stall long enough for the Lakers to complete a change. Robinson gave chase. Tyler Draper missed the pass in the neutral zone. And it's played back towards the Colonials and by Dylan Eisenhower. And the Colonials will freeze it behind their own net. Here is Zachary Gilarowski given over to Andrew Corning, and a stick save was made up into the netting by Rutherford.
Just barely hit the netting, but I think the Lakers, they're taking a lot of higher shots because I think they're starting to realize that that's what they need to do is take those higher shots. You saw it from Deming. You kind of saw it from Cardi off the deflection of the arm, but I think the Lakers have to shoot high in this one based off what I've seen from Rutherford.
50-50 face-off, eventually taken away by the Colonials. Pass from Gilarowski up to Tyler Draper. Draper to the front of the net, and he runs out of real estate, and the pass wasn't able to be given over to him. Oswego State back the other way into the path of Robinson. Robinson still with the puck, shoots, and just misses the crossbar.
He had a lot of room there after the Colonials kind of left him, gave him a lot of space, just couldn't get a shot on net.
Backhanded off the boards, Tanner Orr in the neutral zone. Played back into the Colonial end by Kleckner, though they was immediately cut off by the defenseman there. Ian McLean forgot the puck, advanced up for Adamski, who chips it in. It's Roberts Morris' defense that needs a change now. Adamski plays it back up top for Hackmeister. Hackmeister skating down low, now does a lap of the net, trying to put one out in front, and that was blocked from getting out to the man in front of the net, and the puck squirts over the zone, and the Colonials will have to reset. Dump in was intercepted. And Luke Myers couldn't handle the pass cleanly, which gives possession back over to the Colonials. 4:08 to go first period. Oswego State leads by a score of 2-0.
That was a really nice play stretch pass, but Luke Myers just couldn't held on to the speed of it.
Braden Deming from his own zone. Looked like he found the tip for a second, but it is icing that's called against the Lakers. Comes all the way back to Sherrano.
Chapin thought he had enough room to get the speed, but couldn't beat the icing out from Hackmeister. And that is the nice thing about Chapin is that sometimes he is a very versatile player where he can play offense and defense. He was a forward last year, primarily played defense this year when he wasn't hurt, but definitely has the speed as a defenseman, which is always a strong thing to have.
Lakers win the draw. Kyle Woodard spun around to the opposite side for Anthony Robinson. It's caught in both of their skates. Another 2-on-2 scrum far side. Players battle for it. It's won by the Colonials. Played on for Ralston, but given to a Laker, Kyle Woodard. And he goes into the boards hard, and this one's going to draw a penalty. So Oswego State will go to their first power play of the game. It's a boarding call. And like we mentioned, these referees have been briefed on what happened yesterday, and any contact near the boards is bound to be called.
Woodard looks like he's a little shaken up, a little slower to uncrouch himself, essentially, but definitely looks like he's okay. He's sitting on the bench just kind of catching his breath. Lakers' first power play opportunity.
3:28 to go, first period. Oswego State about to go to a power play. They lead by a score of 2-0.
He's a Tola on the boarding call.
The same player that scored those 2 power play goals, and Oswego State will go to work. They were 1 for 5 on the power play last night. Theo Cup on the left side face-off circle, goes back up at the point for Wands. Cup gets it back, overlooking the zone. Wands takes a shot, rebound out in front, the goaltender is down, they score!
It looks like it was Trevor Jubron who eventually got that rebound, just couldn't hold on to the puck. About 3 Lakers up there trying to get the rebound opportunity. Great job, though, by the tap-in from Jubron.
So chaos created by Wands on the shot from the point, and loose change is picked up by the freshman Trevor Jubron, and Oswego State is running away with this game in the first period. It's 3-0 Lakers.
They got to now make sure they don't get conservative on defense. That's going to be the main concern now, is that they keep playing their game.
Again, it's not time to get conservative yet with 57, 57 minutes. Can't do math. That's not my strong suit. But the long and short of it is there's 2 periods to go. What a save by Sherrano.
Andrew Carty and Chris Wands were given the assist on that Jubron power play goal just a moment ago.
Scrum in the near corner. Theo Cup will take the puck. Looking for an outlet pass. Given back over to the Colonials. Here's Tyler Draper that put one out in front of goal, and that one harmlessly goes to the other side. Played off the glass and out of the zone by Andrew Carty. Oswego back the other way, and the pass tried to find Chase Knees in front of the back door, and Knees blows a tire on the play.
And it looked like almost maybe too hard of a pass. Jubron was trying to make sure it didn't get deflected, but it was just a little too hard for Knees to handle in that one.
Chapin, long pass, tipped by Andrew Heckmeister, but sent into the zone by Trevor Jubron, who just scored the Lakers' 3rd goal 2 minutes to go, first period. Dylan Joyce now. He'll start up to center. Joey Zatola into the Oswego territory. Here's Ralston who takes a shot. That one, and another shot at the point. Big rebound, score!
Simonek is down after taking that block shot, though. It is important to note he's not getting up. Looks like it might be an ankle.
So a flurry of shots from the Colonials. Big slappers. Multiple rebounds given up by Sherrano, and eventually it is Zatola that is able to cash in, cutting the Laker lead to 2 just before the end of the first period.
So that shot originally came off. There was the rebound opportunity, a shot from the point blocked by Simonek's ankle, which ran right under the stick of Zatola, able to get the hard rebound shot in. Unfortunate for Simonek, though, and it looks like he is in a lot of pain after it going. It looks like off his ankle. The referee was talking to the Colonials head coach about something. Not exactly sure what about.
Whatever it is, the goal still stands. It's 3-1 Oswego State. Again, scored by Joey Zatola with about 1:30 to go in this first period of play, cutting the Oswego State lead to 2. It's 3-1 now. Oswego State will have to reset. Delayed offside was in play. Braden Deming will force the issue. Luke Myers is unable to get it, and it's played back into the zone by Dylan Eisenhower. Ian McLean behind the goal. Sent to Heichmeister. Bank pass off the boards. Finds Eisenhower again, and he'll flip it in near side.
It sounded like McLean was given the original assist. I couldn't hear, but the secondary did go to Nathan Mickey.
Final minute to go. Final minute in this first period of play, and a nice defensive play by C.J. Walsh prevented Tanner Orr from going in on Sherrano alone. Long flip out, gloved and put to the ice by Heichmeister. Braden Deming wins the battle. Both of them go down, and so does the arm of the referee. It stays down. C.J. Walsh and Tyler Draper come together. And another battle will start to take place. Luke Myers at the point. Big shot played off the boards. Comes all the way around to the other side for Justin M. Damsky. 22 seconds to go. Chapin wins that puck battle. Played back for Luke Myers, who rips a shot on goal. Stick save made by Rutherford. With under 10 seconds to go now, Robert Morris looking for a chance. Played back for Luke Myers, and Oswego State will get the last chance of the period. Wands gives it right to Paxton Nupp, which will take us to the buzzer. 3-1 is the score at the end of one.
It is important to point out that it looks like the referees are letting them play a little bit and not letting it get away too much. Deming was taken down right there, but definitely interesting last couple minutes there. High scoring first period as the Lakers lead 3-1.
The exact opposite of yesterday, where no goals were scored in that first period, where both teams were fighting for control. In this period, we have 4 goals. 3 of them go to Oswego State. Ben, any last thoughts before we go to break?
Oswego State's forecheck is, I think, what really helped them, making sure they didn't allow too much Colonial pressure right off the bat. That was the big thing yesterday, at least, when the Colonials were able to get the first 2 no goals, but a lot of pressure in that first period. Definitely want to see that stay for the next 2 periods.
About 13 minutes to go until we'll be back with the start of the second period. You're watching Oswego State ACHA hockey on YouTube Live. And welcome back to Oswego State ACHA hockey on YouTube Live against the Robert Morris University Colonials.
Players
Patrick
having
Machado
a little fun
along
there.
Ben Grieco. Players are on camera all the time. They don't really get to be in front of the camera necessarily all the time, having fun with that opportunity as we're getting set for the second period of action here inside the Island Sports Center of Robert Morris University. About 34 seconds to go. A period dominated by Oswego State, but the Colonials were able to notch one at the end there.
You know they're having fun. You know they love the game of hockey. You know it's just one of those things where it looks like they're enjoying themselves before they head out. And you know the guy who led it's Chase Nees from Texas. His parents obviously can't make every game. They have been able to make a couple earlier in the season and late last season, but probably waving to the family back home and not trying to jinx anything. Nationals are in Texas, and there is always the potentially the opportunity there for the Lakers.
There is always an opportunity and a little bit of screen time for myself, a bit, albeit unintentionally. So getting set for the second period of action, Oswego State will shoot from left to right, and Robert Morris will shoot from right to left. Team switch ends. Long change at the beginning of this second period and throughout.
Both goalies are the same. I didn't know. I thought maybe potentially with the way the equipment was working and the shots that we might see Rutherford out, but he is in. It's going to be the same lineup to start. Simonuk looks okay. He's skating around, testing the ankle a little bit. Looks like he's okay, though.
That's good to see. Not a lot of padding over by the ankle, so when you do catch one there, it's going to sting more than anywhere else on the body. Oswego State has the puck in the neutral zone, and they'll look to re-enter the Simonuk up for Carty, and he'll send it on the left side. Weak backhander chased over by Nees. Excuse the pun. Puck goes off of the skate of Trevor Jubron, and the puck was tipped on its way into the Oswego end, so icing waved off out in front. Great save, Serrano. It's still loose, and what a block by C.J. Walsh to keep that out of the net. Probably the Colonials' best opportunity of the game, as Serrano covers up for the whistle.
Great opportunity for the Colonials, but even better save by Serrano and the defense, really. They were able to clear that puck out. Great job by it was really a defensive effort alongside Serrano to keep this at a 2-goal deficit.
It looked like from my vantage point that the puck just went off of the stick of Walsh as his goaltender was down.
And it looks like they're trying to fix it. It looks like there's a spot that Serrano pointed out, and they're trying to keep it all even and flatten it with the puck, get some water on it, and go from there. Serrano looked like he was dragging us over a spot where the ice might have been chipped just a little bit.
So small delay here, 19:17 to go in this second period. First whistle stoppage of this period. The Robert Morris Colonials came close to making this a 1-goal game, but Serrano and the defense stand tall. And we play on. It was cycled behind the net by Adamski. Tanner Orr will skate up the wall, try to cycle it back down low, and Luke Myers has the stick knocked out of his hands. Oswego State will chip it over to the open side. Kept in at the point by Gilarowski. Gilarowski blocked, and here comes Chris Wands, who blocked the shot, and now on a breakaway, scores! Chris Wands blocks the shot on one end and scores on the other, and Oswego State has a 3-goal lead once again.
First goal of the season for Chris Swans. And I got to say, they were making fun of him a little earlier before about breakaways and how he always seems to just go wide or hit the pads. But he gets it that time around the pads at the 18:49. Lakers lead 4-1 now.
So a little bit of redemption for Chris Wands.
He told them.
And Oswego State will make some changes just before the
I
face-off.
I don't think that's his first career or collegiate. I believe he scored last year, but I'm not sure. They were pretty excited about it, though.
If it is indeed his first career, congratulations, of course.
Well, either way, congratulations.
But either way,
first
congratulations for first of the season and on a breakaway where he's had some trouble in the past. 2-on-2 scrum in the far corner. Oswego zone. It's taken by Colby Skrupa. Skrupa with a long pass, misses. Sean O'Neill, but it's played by Rutherford, so the icing is waved off. Chasing after it looked like to be Brennan Wallace, but here come the Colonials back the other way. Butson circles the net and hit Shergott, regains possession, and the shot from Butson was blocked by Colby Skrupa, who is on the ice. So it's Robert Morris who has a lot of these chances, but Oswego State was the only one that scored. Tried to move in on goal was Shergott, and he was blocked off by a defenseman, and now Shergott will exchange some words with Skrupa.
Looks like O'Neill chimed in a little late, so it looks like they're laughing, though. I can't tell if it's all in good fun, or actually, it looks like it's all in good fun, though. They understand where it's at with 4-1. They don't want to ruin anything.
17:40 to go, second period. Oswego State now leads by a score of 4-1 after Chris Wan's breakaway goal. Face-off won by the Lakers. Nice move by Andrew Corning to shake past his defender. Corning had tried to get the pass. Now he does. Spins back to his forehand. Kelly tries to put one towards the goal, and the shot, it wasn't really that much of a shot, but it goes wide of the post off of Corning's effort. Colonials now have the puck. Oswego State will look to regain it back. It's cycled back in by C.J. Walsh, but given right back to the Colonials. And they're unable to handle the pass in the neutral zone, so C.J. Walsh will start back up again. Tipped on for Corning. Here is Butson in over the line. He's blocked off by Martin Simonek. Now with the puck is Joyce. Trevor Johnson goes over the left side. Pinching in was Ian McLean, who put one towards the goal.
Simonek and Nupp are going at it just a little bit. Referee keeps his arm down, though. Both players, it looks like they just kind of wash out each other's actions.
Johnson trying to put one in front. It does eventually make its way there. McLean, big shot taken by Heichmeister. Handled and held by Sherrano.
And a great job by Simonek to clear that out when Sherrano didn't see it, just to get it back to the blue line. Even though it wasn't back in the neutral zone, able to just let the defense and Sherrano to reset in order to block another shot.
So the Colonials finding their footing after Oswego State scored. The puck hasn't been in their end of the ice for a while since. Puck hops up into the air, taken behind the net, and it looked like Mickey tried to go for one of those lacrosse style
I
moves.
saw the push just a little bit. I was getting excited for a second.
There were defensemen around him, though, so I doubt that one would have been successful. In the home run pass for Andrew Carty misses him. Goes to the skate of Skilarowski. Freezing on the brakes is Zatola. Tried to put one towards the center of the goal. Puck was bouncing, and Ralston wasn't able to get a stick on it. And Gibran was able to get the clear. Here comes Chris Wands in on goal again. Try to make a move towards the goal. Poke checked away at the last second. Here's Chase Nees.
It was like he was looking for Carty, but Carty was just a little too close to him to get a pass. And wasn't able to get anything there.
And Theo Cupp will have to skate hard after the puck. Does eventually get there, but takes a hit in the process. But it'll come all the way back towards Rutherford on an icing call.
Cupp and Colonial exchanging words. I believe that's Mickey exchanging words after a little bit of a late hit on the icing, and nothing further will happen, though.
So but tensions beginning to rise as the Colonials are looking to nab a goal back here. It'll have to start from this faceoff, won by the Lakers, and Luke Myers tried to take a shot off the draw as the puck was sitting in open ice. He was unable to do so as he was defended off. Max O'Mara in with Nathan Mickey. O'Mara chips it to the other side. It's taken by Braden Deming. Puck loose, and Sherrano has to make a save. Backdoor pass, no one home.
Goes way wide of the net as well. Lucky break there for Sherrano, who's just a little out of position.
Out in front, big shot taken by Orr. And Sherrano was able to come up with the block. So again, it's been all Robert Morris since that Wands goal, and it just squirts over the blue line for Draper for an offside call against the Colonials.
Like he said a little while ago, Pat, a lot of Colonial offense right now. Lakers have had their chances. You know, they've kind of sparingly, if you will, but right now it's been a lot of Robert Morris University.
14:57 to go, second period. Oswego State leads by a score of 4-1, although they have been unable to find an answer for the pressure of the Colonials as of late. Here's Brennan Wallace skating hard after it with Raimondo. Them two come together. Puck loose in the skates, taken by Colby Skrupa. Skrupa goes off of his stick, hops up in the air, and we are going to get a hand pass call against the Colonials, so the faceoff comes in deeper.
And it's been a couple opportunities for the Colonials where they start to break it out, but they either have the icing, have the hand pass, have a really close offside, and that's where the concern has been right now for all of them. Really, is when they get it in the zone, they keep it there, but it's breaking out right now, especially around this improved Lakers forecheck.
Oswego State keeping their personnel the same. Face-off won by the Lakers. Wallace is able to get a stick on it. C.J. Walsh with a drive towards the goal, goes off of the end boards and comes out the other side. Here's Tanner Orr. Orr was defended off by Wallace. Back to get the puck now is Martin Simonek, who turns it over to Raimondo. Sent back down the wall. Here is Orr cutting towards the goal, and he's shut off on the angle by Shirano and unable to get a shot off. Oswego State regains possession. Wallace clears it out of the Oswego State zone. Jeremy Jenkins now has the puck. Oswego State will use this as an opportunity to change lines here. That line has been out for a while. Colby Skrupa blocks the pass. Puck is over by the bench. Martin Simonek will exchange with C.J. Walsh to calm things down. Walsh gains center, dumps the puck in opposite side. Dan Kelly chases after it, but it's Jeremy Jenkins that gets to the puck first, and he'll take it out of his own end. Sent back into the zone by Kelly. Raimondo spins it all the way around. Theo Cup will take it back in Oswego territory, and he'll exchange over to the other side with C.J. Walsh. Little touch into the zone to negate the icing. Anthony Robinson will chase after it, which forces Rutherford to cover up. 13:20 to go, second period. I
do want to point out there was a little bit of a rough sequence for the Lakers when they were on that blue line. They tried to change players and not get too many men called. It was a little close. Wallace and O'Neill had a little trouble getting in. A couple players had a little trouble getting out. Lakers got to be careful they don't get too close there, as the referee has been able to blow the whistle tonight so far.
Yeah, they accidentally played it towards their own bench, so they had a hold off on their change, which is why they eventually took it back to their own defensive zone and slowed things down. Puck in Robert Morris territory. Nicholas Gall will look to escape. Plays it up the wall behind the back pass Kleckner, and it's taken over in the neutral zone by Andrew Corning. Chris Wands all the way up the ice for Corning, who will just chop it into the zone. Oswego State, again, making some changes. They'll look to stall as much as possible here. Heichmeister up for Matthew Butson. Colonials bench wants a call. They're not going to get it.
Theo Cup had a high stick, and that was the call. The second linesman did call it, and luckily the Colonials touched it first.
Theo Cup now. Down the wall, gets it back. Shot taken by Trevor Jubron, and that one was probably going to go wide anyway, but Rutherford covers up to avoid any last-minute deflection.
Smart glove there just to grab it, hold on to it, because you have seen the Lakers come back from these rebound opportunities up high. Even though it was going wide, it would have gone off the end board. You never know where it's going to bounce. Definitely a good, smart move by the goaltender.
Line of Chase, Knees, Andrew Carty, and Trevor Jubron out there.
Eisenhower and Woodard on defense as well.
And there was a slight delay to play, held up by the officials. That resolves itself as the Colonials win the draw. 12:15 to go, second period. Colonials have him backed into their own zone. Trevor Jubron puts a hit on Trevor Johnson, and it's cycled back in for Rutherford to cover up on it.
Wasn't a ton of Laker pressure. It looks like they're just trying to figure everything out now and just kind of
slow the play down.
Rutherford just kind of let his defense said, hey, come on, let's get this puck out of here, and that seems to be the main concern right now.
So the game beginning to equalize again after a long period dominated by Robert Morris. And a hand pass will be called against the Colonials.
That's the third one today by the Colonials, from what I remember at least. That's at least the third hand pass for the Colonials, like creeps them in their own defensive zone with 12 minutes even now, Lakers leading.
So the Colonials unable to escape the zone, being held in by the Laker forecheck and infractions. Face off to the right of Rutherford, won by the Lakers. And it just squirts over the line for Kyle Woodard, and Oswego State will have to tag up. Big break for the Colonials. And after it again was Braden Deming. Puck in Oswego territory. Kyle Woodard after it with Johnson, goes over the left side. And Luke Myers is unable to get it past his man. It's kept in by a pinching Paxton Nupp. Does squirt out into the neutral zone to a Colonial stick, and he'll look for an entryway. He sends it behind the net. Kyle Woodard with the puck. Goes off of a stick of a Colonial, but the Lakers are able to get possession in the neutral zone, although turned over to Paxton Nupp. 2 20s come together. It does squirt outside the blue line. Luke Myers spinning, looking for a lane to pass through, finds Dylan Eisenhower, who will play a weak pass off the boards, and possession is taken over by Ian McLean. Long pass, tried to find Dylan Joyce at the blue line, instead goes for an icing, and it once again comes back towards Rutherford.
Lakers did have a little trouble breaking out of the zone there between Myers and Deming. Eisenhower couldn't get a pass into neutral zone. Woodard turned it over. Right now it looks like the Lakers are having a little trouble breaking out as well, but get a good break here with the icing.
10:57 to go in the second period. No change of score since Chris Wan's breakaway goal, 4-1, is the score. Face-off won by the Lakers. Shot put on by Simonek. That one goes wide. After the rebound is Sean O'Neill, and he'll reset back up top for C.J. Walsh. Big rebound out in front, and it's eventually corralled by Rutherford, and he'll hop on top of it for the whistle.
I'm going to try to put a little comedy into this one. Brendan Wallace is a little shorter. Don't get me wrong. Standing at 5'2". Your Colonial's goaltender looks about 5'7", 5'8", maybe. He can see over the screen, Pat. He can see over the screen.
Definitely don't want to use Brendan Wallace on the power play as a screener. And the face-off came right to Rutherford, who decides to keep play moving. Possession maintained by the Colonials. Mickey with a pass up to Zatola, who will chip it in on the left side, go after it himself, and he takes a hit from C.J. Walsh. And out in front now, great save made by Sherrano off of the shot by Ralston. Clearing attempt was blocked by the stick of Nathan Mickey. Martin Simonek will play it off the boards, and it is cleared out of the zone. C.J. Walsh receiving the pass. Brendan Wallace cutting towards the front of the net, and C.J. Walsh again skating down low on that rush, seeing the defense taking chances. Sean O'Neill sends it in on the right side, played behind the net by Rutherford, and left off for Nathan Mickey. C.J. Walsh again putting on the pressure for Mickey, and he'll spin it back in. Again, seeing this Laker forecheck go to work. Nathan Mickey. Long pass finds Theo Cup just at the entrance to the Oswego State zone, and again cycled in deep for the Lakers. Andrew Corning, Theo Cup. It's chipped pass, but Dan Kelly's able to get it, a stick on it. In the zone now is Nathan Mickey, who rips one and scores! What a perfectly placed shot by Nathan Mickey, just goes over Ryan Sherrano's pad. And the lead is now 2 for the Oswego State Lakers. It's 4-2.
It wasn't really a great pass from Dan Kelly on the near side as well. Kind of just took a backhand pass that went and hit a Colonial. No one was there, and what he should have done is just kind of push it into the defensive zone. Instead, try to pushes it forward, but easily blocked off, and that's where they came away. 2-on-1 opportunity. Looks like there's trying to be a block, but easily just went right in.
So Lakers getting a little aggressive. Given their current pressure, it comes back to bite them as Nathan Mickey gets the goal, and now all of a sudden the momentum goes back to the Colonials.
The goal is officially unassisted, however, so Mickey really made that play by himself after Dan Kelly just basically gave him the puck.
9-17, just past the midpoint of this game. The score is now 4-2 as the Colonials strike back, and they'll look to get another one here. Here's Justin Adamski looking over the zone. He gets the pass back, rips a shot right into the chest of Sharano, and the play is blown
Looks
dead.
like the goal
net came off its moorings.
The net came off. It looks like Sharano might have tried to kick, might have hit it when he took that weird angle shot. So almost maybe a lucky break potentially, but it's still in their own zone.
Either way, Sharano able to shut them off on that play. Puck comes out to Jeremy Jenkins, who skates down low. And he'll do a lap around the net before resetting back up top for Andrew Heichmeister. Heichmeister moving in on goal, takes the shot. Unable to be gloved cleanly by Sharano, but it never really left his grasp. He'll stop play with 8:53 to go in the second period.
Toronto has done a really good job tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, of looking around the screen. He's been able to see around it, get down low, hold onto it within the chest and the pads. He is a little bit of a taller goalie, so definitely a strong opportunity, strong outing for him.
Another face-off won by particularly no one, but the first possession does go to the Colonials. Behind the net now is Adamski. He tries to chip it off the back of Sharano's pads. It is shut down by Sharano. Jay Chapin will play it off the boards. Theo Cup will take over possession, and it goes off of the skate of the puck carrier now, Braden Deming, who enters the zone. He takes a weird angle, big rebound out in front, unable to be realized by Jay Chapin and taken advantage of.
Strong opportunity there by Chapin.
Here's
and
drops
now
it
there's
off.
another
Delayed
penalty. It's going to be
for
on Oswego.
So goalie to the bench. They'll look to get the extra skater on here. Tyler Draper over to Andrew Heichmeister. They have that extra skater on. 6-on-5 for the time being. And the pass was missed, which sends Joey Zatola chasing. Delayed penalty, Oswego State. Pass up the boards. They'll look to start back up. In it now is Golorowski. Plays it back. Joey Zatola put one towards goal. Goes off with the stick of Chapin. Not enough possession to rule it dead. Back up top again. And that one goes off of Braden Deming's leg. They're going to look to milk this opportunity as much as they can. Finally, they will let off as Braden Deming will touch up, and it'll be a holding call coming against Oswego State. And it is going to go against Jay Chapin.
Holding call on Chapin. A lot of opportunity on the 6-on-5. The Lakers weren't able to grab anything for a good amount there, but a solid opportunity for the Colonials.
Patrick Machado,
First penalty of the second period, should I add.
Patrick Machado, Ben Grieco, 7:29 to go, second period. Oswego State leads by a score of 4-2 here in the Robert Morris University Island Sports Center, with the Colonials about to go to their second power play of the game. First penalty in the second period of play, and it starts immediately with a clear by Martin Simonek, which will send them chasing 200 feet. Ramundo up the left side finds Nathan Mickey, who will skate it up in the neutral zone, look to make an opportunity himself before peeling off and sending it back up top to the blue line, and sent out by Chase Nees, who will give chase on Joey Zatola.
That pun never gets old, Pat.
It never does, and I try to find a way to avoid using it, but really it's the first words that come to my head. Don't really think much of what I'm just trying to keep up in the action
here. It works, though. It works,
as the puck is again cleared out of the zone by Anthony Robinson. Not much for this Colonial power play yet, with 1:09 to go in it. Oswego State changing up their penalty killers. Joey Zatola gives it off to Ramundo, who enters the zone. Drops it off for Steven Ralston. Back to the blue line. Ralston and Adamski exchange. Put towards down low. Shot blocked off by Chase Nees. Sharano is down and the whistle is blown.
I think the net, did it go off its, it did not go, did it go off its mooring? It did.
It did.
Just a little bit. That was lucky because Toronto was down on the ice trying to make the save. There were a couple defenders blocking, though, and that's another big part, is that Simonek and Walsh have been big blockers today as well. Really, the entire Oswego State defense has.
And it should be noted, this is actually pretty interesting that before this game, there was a junior game. I want to say it was either a Pee-wee or a Bantam game. And that
I think it was Pee-wee.
And that net in particular had been knocked off the moorings multiple times, and the referee examined its pegs. So I guess advantage Oswego here with 30 seconds to go in the penalty to Jay Chapin. And the pass going back to the blue line. It wasn't really a pass. It was more of a deflection off of a shot clears the zone. And it will be an icing call against the Colonials here. That's a bit unlucky for them as it looked like the puck might have rolled on the boards and missed its intended target. But either way, puck coming all the way back towards Rutherford with 18 seconds to go in the man advantage.
Lucky break for the Lakers as they have an offensive zone opportunity to try to kill the last portion of this penalty.
5:48 to go, second period. Face off to the right of Rutherford to be taken by Luke Myers and Tanner Orr. It's won by Orr. Spinning away from Myers was Heichmeister. He'll lay it back off for Zach Gilarowski. Sent rink wide pass to Heichmeister again. Players fighting for it. Shot put on. Big rebound, unable to control it. And it's slapped away by Theo Cup. The initial shot coming from Gilarowski. And again, players poking in front. And Sharano will fall on top of that puck.
Power play is over for the Colonials, good to point out. But great job by Sharano just to realize he let up the rebound and just fall on it, essentially. Great job.
Great awareness from the goaltender. 5:19 to go in this second period from Pennsylvania.
Great job, though, really by that penalty kill to not allow anything truly dangerous other than the last couple opportunities that we just saw.
And Chase Nees able to kill some of the penalty in the Colonials and themselves as the shot from Ramundo went off of a player in front. Luke Myers will look to start up for Deming. Deming left wing over the line. And the shot was taken by him, and it goes well wide, hits the glass, comes back out to center. Theo Cup from Chris Watts. He'll slap one around the boards. Chasing after it is Chapin. Puck hops up into the air. Glove down by Dylan Joyce, and he'll skate in left wing over the line. He blows a tire, trying to regain possession, and the puck was poked away from Paxton Nutt by a defender in front. Theo Cup skates it out of the zone. He'll skate it in himself. Freeze on the brakes, wait for the Lakers to get in there. Actually, the Lakers will go off for a line change as Braden Deming stayed out there. Chapin tried to hop one out in front. Save made by Rutherford off of the backhand opportunity from Deming.
Strong opportunity by Chapin, just couldn't slap it in after he was knocked down. Great opportunity. No icing, though. I thought there is an icing a little late. Wow,
Icing?
that was
a very late call.
It looked like the linesman on our side,
and they're
on
going to
the
bring
near
this one
side,
out to center.
they're going to bring it out to center, but it looked, no, it's going all the way down. But it did look like the play, Eisenhower had it originally, but it did look, it was the referee on the lines on the near side it did look like that. So the linesman on our side was looking at the other linesman to see if he had an icing and then called it. He didn't even know if it was icing himself.
That's incredibly lucky for us. Oswego State there's a lot of debate of what is or isn't a icing here in the hybrid icing era. And I, for one, believe that the rules should be tightened up a little bit as to what the linesmen consider a puck able to be obtained by the defending team. But that's why I am not in charge of the rule book.
Definitely, that's why we just talk.
Or its interpretations, rather, as the face-off to the right of Rutherford was won by the Lakers, played up off the boards, and Andrew Carty takes a hit behind the play. Outlet pass, trying to start something, was intercepted in the neutral zone by Dylan Eisenhower. Skating in with the puck now is Chase Nees in the middle. Chopped down back to Nees from Kyle Woodard. Backhand pass, Trevor Johnson sent back in. Trevor Jubron will be the chasing after Heichmeister as it's played around the glass. Skating up with it now is Matthew Butson. Butson into the slot, and the slapper taken by Adamski sails over the net. He found himself in some prime real estate there. Carty now, chasing after with Heichmeister. Carty goes down. Heichmeister goes down too.
Looks like the Colonials did want an icing on that play as well. I thought it could have been, but it looks like they might have gotten a little too close to the puck.
Heichmeister and Chase Nees come together. Possession is won by the Colonials.
And it doesn't look like, and I don't like to speculate, obviously, but it doesn't look like either side is happy with this officiating right now.
It really doesn't. Little touch pass trying to find Chase Knees, and he's unable to corral that puck. That was a good effort from Trevor Jubron. Puck battle won by Andrew Carty away from Tyler Draper. Puck goes over by the Oswego State bench. Crowd wants a too many men call, none coming.
I thought a too many men call was going to come after that. There was about 4 players there, nothing though, as goalie and player collide there, and the net once again off its mooring.
Again, someone's going to have to take a look at that net during the intermission, as I feel like it's coming off way too easy, and it's not by the doing of Sherrano.
No, and I don't think it is, like you said, and we've seen a lot. We've seen a player run into the net down on the opposite end where the Colonials currently are. I haven't really seen that net come off at all. I don't know about you, Pat.
Meanwhile, that one has.
And they look to, based off looking, they look to be in about the same condition. Neither looks better than the other, at least just from my vantage point. They're the same, kind of rusty at the bottom. Neither one more clean than the other. Maybe the one on the Colonial side, but that just might be the lighting.
Either way, it looks like something that they're going to have to examine over the break. Obviously, we do not have mics over by the players' benches, but it is possible that could be what the coaches were talking to the officials about. Colonials wants an interference call. They're not going to get it.
It looks like the referee's just kind of letting them play, and that's what I honestly think led to some of the problems yesterday, but it looks like both the teams are under control for the most part.
Mickey spins away from Wallace. Mickey takes a hit from C.J. Walsh, and the pass wasn't able to be handled in the slot for a shot by Zatola. Adamski now chasing. He's holding the Laker to the boards.
Looks like C.J. Walsh.
Looks like C.J. Walsh.
And he's not held on the board easily. He's a taller player.
2-on-2 scrum in the corner. C.J. Walsh is in there with Colby Skrupa
and
Kleckner before the.
Walsh shoving as well. A couple players going at it. I don't know if it's going to draw a penalty or not, but they did call a frozen puck because it wasn't moving. Whistle still blowing.
It looks.
That usually means it's a penalty. That secondary whistle, that's kind of later, but I'm not sure.
Either that or they're just trying to get the players to stop without doing
too much damage.
1:36 to go, second period. Oswego State leads by a score of 4-2. It was
a little bit of a post-whistle move there by
though.
Walsh. I don't know if you saw that, folks. Kind of squeezed between 2 Colonial players and knocked the 6 out of their hands. They got to be careful later in the game here.
Face-off won by the Colonials. Shot at the point by Raimondo. That was a laser beam. Puck out in front. They score! Antoni Shergott picks up the loose change. Puck sitting in the blue crease. Backhands it in. 4-3 with 1:30 to go.
Great opportunity. Finally able to capitalize on one of the many rebounds given up, but the Lakers have done a great job at stopping. So that's one of the first ones they haven't been able to stop finally as they pull within 1.
And as the Colonials score their second goal unanswered, now this game starts to heat up again. 1-goal lead and over a period and 1:19 to tie it up. Shergott circling the net, who just scored that goal for the Colonials.
Kleckner and Raimondo were given the assist on that one.
Thank you, Ben. Theo Cup circles up on the right side. Under a minute to go. Finds the tip of Braden Deming in the neutral zone. Turned back over to Raimondo. Hits the trailer, and that one sails wide over the net. Secondary opportunity. Gloved and thrown to the ice by Sherrano. Colonials are buzzing here.
Lots of shoving at both sides. Now Luke Myers chasing after.
And Rutherford will cover up on it, and immediately Raimondo will go over to Myers to have some words, as Myers gave him a little bit of a snow shower.
Myers if he had a little bit more of a step or a little bit more speed, that could have been a dangerous breakaway. And we've seen him, Deming, Chase Knees, all of them on the breakaway. They have some nice moves when they're alone.
And look for both teams to take chances when they have the opportunity to. Now with the score so close, 35 seconds to go in this middle frame. Chris Wands puts it back into the zone. Lakers were onside. It's sent all the way down. Trevor Johnson looks for a player that isn't there. Chris Wands tried to go in, was Trevor Gibran. It goes off of the skate of a Colonial in front, which forces the Lakers offside.
I just don't think Chase Nees
didn't even realize
I don't
that
think he
Gibran
saw
was in
Gibran
there.
was up. Gibran originally had the puck, but I don't think he realized he was that far up. He got a good solid, 4 or 5 feet ahead of the blue line.
So bounces now starting to go into the favor of the Colonials. Face off on the right side, just outside of their end. Chase Nees against Butson. Butson wins the draw. Back to Golorowski. The Laker forecheck will go to work though. 10 seconds to go. Here is Adamski looking to nab one before the break. He's got a player in. Jenkins going towards the goal. Players going in, crashing the net, which will take us to the end of this second period of play. A period where Robert Morris is starting to take control of the game. Your score is now 4-3 at the end of 2.
Great last-second opportunity for the Colonials. We'll have to pay attention to see if they test anything with the net during the intermission. But Colonials had a lot of opportunities there in order to pull within one, as you said, Pat, heading into the final regulation period.
And you have to feel that this is a waste of a period if you're the Oswego State Lakers, where you controlled a decent amount of the play, had some good opportunities of your own, but finally the Colonials, they were buzzing for a while, and then they finally got rewarded for it.
I think Lakers they're playing maybe a little bit too conservative, weren't able to get out there for in the second period, but they have to make sure they play some offense going into the third.
Exciting final 20 minutes coming up in just about 13 minutes. 4-3 is the score going into the final period. You're watching Oswego State ACH Hockey on YouTube Live. and welcome back to the Robert Morris Island Sports Center here in Pennsylvania for the final period between the Oswego State Lakers and the Robert Morris University Colonels. The score is 4-3 going into the final 20. Oswego State is up. Patrick Machado alongside Ben Grieco getting set for what promises to be an exciting final 20.
Oh, I hope it is, especially the way Robert Morris came back. Two goals. Lakers did have one for it to be 4-3. It was 3-1 after one. And all of a sudden, this game it's starting to remind me of yesterday now. The way Lakers were up 2-0, then 2-2, then 4-2, then 4-4. It's kind of similar, obviously not the same circumstances, but definitely a similar game.
So back to the momentum swings that we were talking about at the beginning of the broadcast in regards to yesterday's game.
I gotta say, I like this. Obviously, the viewers can't see it. I like this little step we have. It's really kind of a help.
Of course it is, especially in this setup. Like, again, your eyes are not deceiving you. The glass really is that close to our vantage point as it is to yours. It is very difficult to see in the far corner.
If you were watching it earlier this season, this is very similar to Fort Ontario when the Lakers took on RIT right at the end of the first half of the season.
Final 20 underway. Lakers win the face-off. Martin Simonek back deep further into his own zone for C.J. Walsh as his team gets set. Walsh up for Simonek. He'll send it past Hackmesser, go after it himself. Puck squirts loose on the boards, going back, trying to be cut off, and the Colonials will escape. 2-on-1 opportunity. Tanner Oren on goal, back to Shergott, who got that goal earlier in the period, still not out of the woods yet. Hackmeister shoots, save made by Sherrano. Another save. Sherrano was a kind of a dribbling shot, kind of went off of a couple of sticks.
Went under his pad.
To the goal. Sherrano freezes play.
Lots of shoving, obviously, as expected with this tight game, close game, physical game. Lakers did have an opportunity, weren't able to get a shot up, but then they did have, it was looking like a 3-on-1, and then Oswego came back, was 2-on-1, kind of 2-on-1 and a half. Eventually, Oswego was able to stop anything major from happening, but great saves by Sherrano all around.
So quick flurry from the Colonels. It's too early to determine who has the upper hand in terms of momentum yet, but here is Hackmesser with a big opportunity, with a big shot, save made by Sherrano. Errant pass. Finds a Colonial player. Hackmeister again in his own zone. Around to the far side. Jay Chapin puts on the pressure. And Braden Deming will cut the clearing attempt off at the blue line and send it in opposite corner. Finally, the Colonials are able to escape their own zone, but they give it right back to Braden Deming, who will send it up to Luke Myers, who turns it over to Paxton Knupp, who gains center and dumps the puck in on the near side. Chasing after it is Theo Cup. He'll reverse one, back to the stick of a Colonial. Put one out in front, and it looked like Stephen Ralston couldn't get all on that opportunity. No, it was Joey Zatola, who got that opportunity. Luke Myers in the neutral zone. It was tipped in, icing is waved off. Rutherford makes a play on the puck and puts it into the near side corner. Skating up with it now quick is Dylan Joyce. Gives it over to Shergott. Shergott back to Joyce. Joyce circling around the net, looking for an outlet, who will eventually skate back up top to the point and reset it to the other side. Shot put on by Jenkins, loose in front. Sherrano wasn't able to handle the rebound.
Looks like it was under Skrupa, and a player doesn't have a stick. I can't tell who it is. I think
it's Sherrano.
Sherrano doesn't have his stick up.
He's pointing for a defenseman to pick it up for him.
He does
Finally, he gets it from Dylan it was Colby Skrupa. And Oswego State is able to regain control. Skrupa up for O'Neal. O'Neal tried to shake past his defender, and he was poke-checked by Zach Gilarowski. Sean O'Neal to the opposite side. Jeremy Jenkins behind the goal. They aren't able to find a clean pass. Brennan Wallace putting on the pressure. Finally, they're able to get past the Oswego State forecheck. Here is Adamski, who takes a shot. It went off of a body in front, and it's swept into the corner by Sherrano. And the pass trying to reset up top for Gall, misses him, and Oswego uses this as an opportunity to change as Raimundo comes back. He's skating in hard, trying to cut one in loose. Sherrano with a diving save.
And the net once again goes off.
This
And it
time
is
on the
important to note
opposite side,
on the other side,
so-
none of the nets were inspected though. So obviously they're not going to change the net like that in the middle of a game, I would think. But either way, the net is the same. And that one did go off its moorings there after Sherrano made that diving save. A couple players went down as well. Walsh and can't tell who it was. 17 from the Colonials went down. I think it was 17. Yes, Tyler Draper went down as well. It looks like there was a little confusion.
So we play on, face-off won by the Lakers, spun all the way around the glass. This one is going to be an icing against Oswego as Dan Kelly didn't have the legs to get there.
Dan Kelly just hesitated a little bit, seeing where it was going to bounce, but didn't have the speed to get up there. Instead, it forces his icing.
Oswego had the change opportunity, however, so that's not really a factor on this icing. It will essentially redo the face-off to the right of Sherrano, and it's won by the Lakers again. Skating ahead is Andrew Corning, who sends it on off the boards. Rutherford makes a play on it, put up the wall, and it's unable to be kept in by Robinson. Here comes the Colonials. Butts in. Draper to the front of that shot. Butts in. Goes off of a Laker in front. The puck is still loose, and Sherrano covers up on it. A dangerous opportunity for the Colonials. Had that hit the Laker in front of the net the opposite direction, we would have been looking at a tie game. Instead, it's 4-3, 16:28 to go in the regulation.
Rebounds galore for the Lakers right now, or I should say for the Colonials, given up by the Lakers. Just to clarify, that the defense is holding strong to not let anything get too close, but it's definitely interesting and we're going to see what happens later in this period.
So Robert Morris controlling the pressure early on here. Face-off won by them. Gall to the opposite side for Raimundo. His shot hits the glass, and they're unable to put one towards the net. Chris Wands will start it up. Gave it over to Jubron, who's now skating in on goal. Jubron tried to backhand, kind of like poke it past Rutherford. He didn't really have much else of an option. Here comes Mickey back the other way. Lays it off on the right side for Ralston, who shoots it. And Sherrano was able to close the pads and squeeze them together for the whistle.
I think he kind of had a bad angle. He was able to get it over Theo Cup when he dove, but easy save there for Sherrano. Kind of right at the bottom of the hash marks of the circle, maybe a little bit near the dot of the circle. Definitely an easy save though for Sherrano.
Easy save, and again, we mentioned it a little bit yesterday, but with this Olympic-sized surface, I have not looked at a comparison between the two as play is stopped. Again, it looks like it will be.
Not exactly sure.
I didn't see the call.
Offside.
It was an offside call.
Thanks to our cameraman Zach Case. Glad you're back up here, buddy. Glad you're back. He wants to be on the ice, folks. Obviously.
Do not know the comparison of where the face-off circles would be on an NHL-sized rink as opposed to an Olympic one. We can assume that initial shot, which Sherrano was able to stop, was a little bit wider than it would be on an NHL rink. But back to the action. 15:35 to go in regulation. Here is Shagat. Shagat is watched by Chase Nees. It's sent back to the blue line. Backhanded back in to the near corner, by McLean. Gibran backhands a pass into neutral ice. Colonials resetting. Andrew Carty putting on the pressure. Here comes Trevor Gibran on Huckmeister. Then the Colonials are able to enter the zone. Shot put on by Ralston. Hits the glove of Sherrano, and it hopped up into the air. Is unable to handle it cleanly. Oswego State will take a change.
Cup threw that one with his hand. They would have had a hand pass if the Laker had touched that.
Here is Adamski. Starts and stops. Cycles it around the boards. Dylan Eisenhower is there. Raimundo takes back possession. Lost it at the blue line, and here comes the 2-on-1. Quickly a 2-on-2. And Jade Chapin's pass ended that opportunity. Braden Deming over for Chapin. The pass just a little bit too far, and Huckmeister is able to regain control for the Colonials. Gilarowski. One-touch passing, finds Draper in the neutral zone. He rips the shot on, and it's swallowed up and held into the chest of Sherrano.
This is starting to remind me kind of the first period from yesterday, when there was a lot of just Robert Morris pressure. Lakers would burst it out, but weren't able to sustain anything. And that's exactly kind of what you saw there between Chapin and Deming trying to get something going here in the middle, toward the beginning of the third period with 14:22 left.
Face off to the left of Sharano, 50-50. And it eventually goes the way of the Lakers. C.J. Walsh comes together. Colby Scrupa trying to make a play, and it goes through the blue paint. No Colonial stick there to take advantage of it, but they regain control. And the shot, it was a ripper from, it looks like Gilarowski on the left point, and it's saved by Sharano again. So a lot of shots coming in on goal.
And that's a fast glove from Sharano as well to take that one down. A really smart move by the goaltender.
Another face-off win for the Colonials. Lakers immediately pounce on the puck. Here is Sean O'Neill. Here's a trailer and Corning if they can regain possession, but the Colonials steal it away. Gilarowski turns immediately over to Colby Scrupa in neutral ice. Starting it back with it for the Colonials is Jeremy Jenkins, and he's shoved off the puck.
Tried to hit C.J. Walsh. C.J. Walsh just a little too big for Jenkins.
Walsh and Jenkins were tied up with the referee here on the near side. Play is now in the Colonial end. Jenkins. Here there was Sean O'Neill trying to put the pressure on. It's put back into the zone by C.J. Walsh, and he'll chase after it. Gilarowski looking to make a play, and he's able to shake off from C.J. Walsh, who was charging in hard. Martin Simonek has a step on Dylan Joyce. He'll circle around the right wing. Take it over the blue line, over the red, and over the opposite blue line himself. Great speed from Martin Simonek, the Czech Republic native. But it's immediately, but they're unable to do anything much with it. Turned over. Ramundo. Ramundo again takes it away from Cardi. Put one back over to the blue line, misses its intended target in Nicholas Gull, but sends him chasing.
Defense is able to change as well now between Walsh and Simonek. They were out there for a while.
Chase Nees takes the puck away from Nicholas Gull. Long pass off the boards, and that one is going to go for an icing call against Oswego State.
He was pretty wide of Wallace there. Wallace has some speed, but not enough to catch up to that one. He was looking to try. Jubran was looking for the pass. He had Nees in front of him. Wallace was to the far side. I liked it to go for Wallace, who looked open, but the pass is just a little bit off.
Yeah, those are one of those plays again that, like, when you're used to playing on an NHL rink, those are the plays you're trying to make. It could have reached him if that were the case, but it's not. And Oswego State is able to win possession. 2-on-1. Trevor Jubran shakes pass and scores! What a move, what a goal, what a celly, Trevor Jubran.
That's his
second. And Oswego
second.
State, off of his second goal of the game, regains their lead to 2. It's 5-3.
Excellent move, his second of the game. So that's 2 days in a row now that we've had player with multiple goals, and a big goal there for the Lakers to go up by 2 now.
A huge goal in a period largely dominated by the Colonials, but it is Oswego State that's able to strike in the one category that matters. It's 5-3 off of Trevor Jubran's second goal of the game, and the long shot from the neutral zone is just gloved and held by Rutherford.
Chase Nees is given the assist on that. I believe he did not on the power play goal, but that is his second assist after the Cardi goal. That was the second goal for the Lakers today.
And that's a very rough goal to give up for the Colonials, given the pressure that they have had.
It's kind of similar to what was happening yesterday.
It's almost what happened yesterday to a T.
A lot of Colonial pressure leads to an Oswego goal. That's why exactly between the first and second period.
Goal, and Oswego has a 2-goal lead in the similar stage of the period as they did yesterday, just ahead of the halfway point of this third period. 11:47 to go in regulation. Oswego State leads by 5-3, and Braden Deming tried to make it 6-3, but he couldn't get a good shot off as he was harassed by 3 Colonials on his way to the goal.
And Colonials, I do want to point out, before that opportunity for Deming, they did want an icing, but it was waved off by the referee, or the linesman rather.
Theo Cup, he's double-teamed by Tanner Orr and Huckmeister. And here is Orr. Put one out in front, and the shot by Paxton Nupp, never made his way to the goal. Here come the Lakers back quickly. Chris Wands in over the line. He takes the shot, shouldered away by Rutherford. Jay Chapin with another opportunity. That one's kicked aside by Rutherford as well. 2 saves in quick succession for him.
I do want to point out Cup and it looks like Hackmeister going at it as the play kept moving forward right in front of the referee. The referee made no call, and neither team was happy about that one.
Had the stick caught in his skates. It was the stick of DeFelice of the Colonials. No call on that one either.
I think they're just letting him play. That's really what it looks like. They're letting see how this one unfolds, and that's exactly what happened yesterday.
And here comes Wallace with an opportunity, and what a glove save by Rutherford.
Wallace has that sneaky speed. We were kind of making fun earlier, but he does have that advantage of able to sneak under players with his speed and get around them. A nice backhand, but a great glove by Rutherford.
A great save, and a save that almost didn't happen, and as that one was hanging out on the outside of his glove. And that one missed his glove entirely off of O'Neill's opportunity off the faceoff. 2 players go colliding near the Colonial bench, and it looks like
he's down. And
Adamski
he was a little low.
Too.
He did look a little low. I think it's Skrupa that had the hit.
It was Skrupa
there was
and
no
Adamski.
call. There was no call.
It doesn't look. Fortunately, I mean, obviously, any injury isn't a good one.
And I
do
want to point out, I don't see a
like
medical staff.
It looks like he's laboring his knee.
He was holding over his. There wasn't a penalty.
There wasn't a
there
penalty.
Was no penalty called. And then he got up a little bit, went back down, and the referee saw he was down, so he blew the whistle. And I do want to point out, I don't see anyone medical-wise. There was one to our left yesterday evening. But I'm not seeing one today. I don't know, because he was kind of holding behind his neck originally, unless that was just like a pain thing. But it, like you said, it looked like maybe a leg. I'm really unsure there.
Trying to observe his walking as he's on the bench, and
he doesn't really walk much.
He immediately takes a seat.
It looks like Skrupa was trying to apologize to him, but good for Skrupa though to apologize to him. You always want to see that kind of sportsmanship for sure. But I'm not exactly sure what is bothering him, but there is no call on the play. There is no penalty, so it will be 5-on-5. I believe the puck will be in the Colonials' defensive zone because of when the whistle was blown and where the puck was, though, and based off where players are headed for this one. And referee is talking to the head coach, Michael Joseph, and maybe asking why there wasn't a penalty because, like I said, Adamski did look a little low. I don't know if you saw it, Pat, but he did look a little low when Skrupa went on top of him.
Again, the ref conversation is finished. The head coach doesn't look too upset as the shot's ripped on by Trevor Jubron off the face-off, and a rebound opportunity from Cardi was covered up by Rutherford. And welcome. We play on. Gilarowski. Up the zone, taken away by Andrew Cardi in neutral ice. And welcome back to the broadcast, Ben.
Thank you. We're gonna need a battery change here. That's why I had to step away. Gonna wait for another stoppage.
McLean played it off the glass and tried to shake towards the net. The net is knocked off. The play is still going on. Finally, the referee blows the whistle. There is no goal on the play signaled. But another opportunity for Sharano, and he comes up big.
Should be coming on. There we go. We're all set, Pat.
9:45 to go, third period.
I like to
Oswego
call
State
that efficiency.
Leads by a score of 5-3. Players go down off the face-off. Oswego State wins it. They played it off the glass, hit a stanchion. That was Theo Cup. Here is Jay Chapin. He had his Braden Deming going towards the net. At least he was going towards the net. And Chapin's shot goes right into the protective netting. And we'll get a face-off this time in the Colonial end.
Looks like it might have gone off the stick of one of the defenders. It goes right up into the net. Doesn't even hit Rutherford, though. Definitely intense game, though. Physical game still really on both sides.
Face off one in their own end by Joey Zatola. He had his stick lifted by Deming. Chris Wands is unable to handle the puck as he was trying to advance it up the ice. Puck goes to Braden Deming, and the Lakers will start back. Luke Myers, left wing over the line. He comes together and shoves with Raimondo. He wins that puck battle, goes back up top for Wands. Wands with the shot, looking for the deflection of Deming in front, doesn't get it. And starting back the other way is Ralston. Ralston leaves it off for Orr. Orr with the shot. Excuse me, that was Mickey. Didn't see the one near that 4. And another shot was blocked, and here's a 2-on-0, 1-on-0. Braden Deming on the breakaway, and that one was stopped by Rutherford.
Excellent block by Theo Cup to eventually bring it down for Deming. Just ran out of room, wasn't able to make any more moves with a player right behind him on the breakaway. Well, excellent speed. He's one of those players that, even in the first half of the year, I think has really matured a lot, where he's not been overdoing it. He just makes the play, gets some speed in, and tries to take the shot off.
He's had an excellent weekend here in Pennsylvania.
3 goals in 2 games so far.
2 games, and almost had a 4th one on another 1-on-0 opportunity with the goaltender. This time, Rutherford says no. Turnover at the line, and the shot by Robinson wasn't able to be put towards the goal. That one was blocked. CJ Walls, comes together with Shagat. Puck loosens some skates. Oswego's able to take control. Here comes Robinson up the right side. He's got Corning going towards the front of the net, and Robinson's try was sticked into the corner by Rutherford. Coming up with it now is Orr. Orr left wing over the line. CJ Walsh harassing him. Drops it off to the trailer, and Kleckner, who rips one into the paraphernalia of Sherrano. 7 minutes, 55 seconds to go, 3rd period. Oswego State still leads by a score of 5-3. Desperation mode, not exactly yet for the Colonials, but it's going to have to start soon if they don't find one quickly. Nice hit over at the penalty. We're going to get a penalty
it's
after the play.
It's going to be on Oswego.
No, it's going to be against the Robert Morris Colonials, so
Sorry,
Sherrano
that's what I
goes
meant
to the
go
bench.
for.
6-on-5 for Oswego for the time being. Here's CJ Walsh. Plays it off the leg of Gall in front of the net. And
it looked like
Butson
it was
touches up.
a holder. And I would guess it's a holder interference on Hackmeister. It looked like he was holding, I think it was Walsh on the side there. It is going to be a holding call, though, so Lakers back on the power play.
It's actually going to be a roughing call against Hackmeister. Yeah, it looked like those two players, when they came together over the near boards, the penalty was not called until a 1.5 seconds after the initial contact, so we felt like it was something.
It was probably just post that
whistle.
he was holding him, so it was just probably post play where the puck was obviously very far away from that situation. Either way, Lakers back to the man advantage.
But a very costly penalty for the Colonials indeed. If Oswego doesn't score, at the very least, this will take the clock down to 5 minutes and 26 seconds. And the Colonials have a 2-goal deficit to make up. Nice move by Braden Deming to escape the poke check of Trevor Johnson. Shot was saved by Sherrano. And Oswego State will slow things down and establish some order. Myers and Walsh exchange passes. Puck loose. It goes in the slot, forgotten by Draper, but eventually he is able to get the clear on it to send the Lakers 200 feet.
Robert Morris has got to be careful. It looks like they're getting their emotions, letting the emotions get the best of them right now, kind of shoving around, and the referee isn't really calling much, obviously, but the Colonials really do have to be careful here.
Deming, left wing over the line. He'll spin it over to the opposite side at the blue line. CJ Walsh was unable to handle the pass, and it goes right to the Colonials, who will start back on a shorthanded opportunity. They need 2. And it was poked away by Braden Deming, and here's an opportunity for the Lakers. Here is Braden Deming across the ice for Skrupa, and he's unable to get a clean shot. It was Luke Myers on the defense that created that opportunity.
He got it. He got the shot forward, just wasn't able to get anything clean. As you said, it looks like he was not interfered, but harassed a little bit by the defender.
He was being stick checked.
Defended well.
37 seconds to go in the roughing call. 6 minutes to go in the 3rd period of play. Jubron had the pass go off of his skates. It's unable to be corralled by Dylan Joyce, and here's Chris Wanson over the line, calling for the puck his knees. He gets it, and send it over for Cardi, who's unable to get his stick on the pass for a shot opportunity. Turnover at the line. Here is Knees again with a shot. Saved and held by Rutherford.
I don't think Rutherford even knew where that one was. He kind of held it and was just kind of sitting there looking around, but it looked like he was in between his blocker and his forearm.
That's one of those lucky saves where you just so happen to be in the right place at the right time, and of course any goaltender will tell you that's what they meant to do. But either way, it goes down as a save. The lead is still 2 for Oswego State in the closing seconds of this man advantage for the Lakers. Shagat up the wall. We now return to 5-on-5. 5 minutes, 19 seconds to go in the third period. Up with it now is Mickey. Mickey up for Zalata. Zatola, excuse me. Zatola takes the shot, and that one catches the glass. Back out in the neutral zone again. That one was turned over to Theo Cup. Over to Chris Wallens, who plays one off the glass, and that one has enough mustard for an icing. 4 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Offensive zone draw coming up for the Colonials.
And back down the ice for Oswego State. 4:55 remaining, and they pulled their goal. No, they didn't. Never mind. He was just out of my sight. That's why I was a little concerned. It looked a little bit early, but he was just getting back. He was skating around, getting his legs back and moving.
I know the trend in hockey is to start pulling the goalies earlier and earlier, as that was a dangerous chance, as that took multiple deflections on its way to goal, just on the wrong side of that right iron. The left side of Sherrano, if you will. Brennan Wallace tried to get it. It was poke checked by Chris Wands. Here is Chase Knees, who's taken down, and this one will be a penalty. And that is a really costly call that Stephen Ralston, the captain, is extremely angry at the referees for. But that's as blatant of a trip as you're going to see.
And that's the second time that he's gotten that Knees has had a breakaway this weekend, as it's Gall with the trip. But that's the second time this weekend they actually called this one. It looks like the other one yesterday he was just shoved, not warranting any call.
Yeah, that one looked a lot more like stick between the legs and took out the skates from under him. So we thought the last penalty call was costly, as that's offside Oswego.
Just a hair. Chapin couldn't keep it off his skates.
Yeah, just as we were talking how the last penalty was detrimental to the Colonials situation, this one is even worse.
This will bring it down to right about 2:30.
Which is when you want to start thinking about pulling your goaltender.
Especially being down by 2.
Especially being down by 2, like you mentioned. So look for the Colonials to take shorthanded chances, and that looks like what they're going to do, as Adamski was taking a trip into the Laker end. Jay Chapin, he squeaks past his defenders, swings up on the left wing, goes back up top for C.J. Walsh. Excuse me, the right wing, rather. And after it is Luke Myers. Over to the open point where no one is there, and it's sent over to the middle for Justin Adamski, who had the puck poked away from him by C.J. Walsh. Crowd maybe wanted a hooking call against him, and they're not going to get it.
Great job by Walsh, though, just to kind of throw the stick. Wasn't up in the air at all either. Great job by him, though.
Clearing attempt was gloved and dropped by C.J. Walsh.
We talk about how Walsh didn't have to jump for that at all. He just kind of reached up and grabbed it.
Dropped it, and not in any hurry, of course, with a 2-goal lead and a man advantage. And Colby Skrupa blew a tire, and here is Chase Knees, and he loses the puck kind of on his own accord, trying to shake past Raimundo. And here comes an opportunity shorthanded for the Colonials that was negated by a nice stick check to hold up Tanner Orr, who has the puck now. Spun over to his backhand. It's over on the side of the net. It hops up onto the side. Sherrano covering that post. Players going down. And the whistle is finally blown
and
under 3 minutes to go.
The puck has flown to the other side. I don't think Sherrano had it.
They
were trying to stuff it into Sherrano, which always doesn't work as well. But I don't think Sherrano knew where it was.
I think the referee just lost sight of it.
That very well could be.
Because it doesn't look like they were trying to fix the net or anything. We have just under 3 minutes, 2:58 to be exact.
It looks like they're trying to fix something on Sherrano's skate. He has the linesman for help. Can't always do stuff with the blocker and the glove, obviously. And it looks like it might be. I don't know if he's trying to tie it. It looks like he might be trying to tie it back onto the skate.
Maybe in that mad scramble, there was a loose lace that got caught.
That's what I'm thinking it might have been, to be honest with
Either way,
you.
it doesn't take that long. So 28 seconds to go in the penalty. 2:58 to go in regulation. And a big shot off the face-off beats Serrano 5-hole. Short-handed goal.
Serrano was expecting something a lot faster and a lot higher, and he's got kind of that 45-degree angle for legs goes right through the 5-hole. Now they're only down by 1 with 26 seconds left on this penalty. 2:56 in the game. This is getting interesting.
Tanner Orr led the line, and a short-handed goal for the Colonials. Like you mentioned, things were getting interesting. Now the Colonials are right back in it. That's exactly what they needed to do and what Oswego State needed to avoid. Zalata being shoved to the boards by Theo Cup, and you've noticed a massive uptick in the pace of play and the physicality as both teams have something to play for here. Wands drops one off for Knees. Knees will skate down the puck to the corner, and he'll just cycle it out to Theo Cup, looking to waste as much time as possible. Penalty is over, back to 5-on-5.
And it does sound like that goal was unassisted. I think he was at this faceoff dot that entire time.
The puck was tipped in the neutral zone and just ends up behind the net and died. Chris Wands swinging up on the right wing, freezes on the brakes, just ahead of the 2-minute mark to go. Gibran finds the tip of Andrew Carty. He'll chase after it. It looked like he had the tip. I'm pretty sure you and I saw the tip.
I think he might have been just a little bit too, or he might have been just a little bit too far from the red line for the linesman Vikings. If it's close enough, they'll usually give it to him, but he might have just been a little too far away. And there's a goalie pull now with under 2 minutes, 1:58, down by 1. This gets interesting with the extra attacker.
So 6-on-5 for the Colonials.
And now a timeout.
Looks like a timeout is going to be called.
I think Oswego calls a timeout here, just to figure out the extra attacker and figure out what they want to do with these last 2 minutes. Obviously, if
it's indeed a referee just gave the signal. It is an Oswego timeout.
Timeout Oswego, according to the wonderful public address announcer. But it is important to note that even if Oswego does score an empty net goal, they're only going to be down, only up by 2. It's still an opportunity for the Colonials to pull their goalie once again once they get possession in their own offensive zone.
So that's how huge that shorthanded goal was. Because
that's a game changer.
If you got an empty net goal while you were still up by 2, game over right there. I mean, barring a miracle, of course, in the Olympic arena, so to speak. Not the Olympic arena, but I guess you could say it's
I've been
close
waiting
enough.
for one of us to make that joke all weekend.
There is a Lake Placid banner. You can actually see it on the camera right now, just above the head coach for Robert Morris. But
I was waiting for one of us to make the joke about it being the Olympic arena. I'm glad we got it out of our system later in the weekend and not at the beginning.
Later in the weekend and at a critical juncture of it too. Score is 5-4. Oswego just hanging on to a lead under 2 minutes to go. The Colonials have pulled their goalie going for the extra attacker following the Oswego timeout. Face off to the left of Ryan Serrano, and Colby Scrupa will go against Tanner Orr. And it will be Scrupa that will prevail. Sent all the way around the glass by C.J. Walsh, and that one will die just short of the red line. Icing is waved off by the linesman.
That went pretty high on the glass. As far as it didn't roll out.
So net empty here. Hackmeister looking to gain center, sends it over to Trevor Kleckner, who skates down the wall, harassed by C.J. Walsh. Swinging up on the other side for Tanner Orr. Back up top for Raimondo. Pass was broken up by Brennan Wallace, and it was put on goal by Hackmeister and gloved by Serrano, 1:22 to go.
It looks like that might have been going wide anyway, but definitely just a nice pickup to hold on it, stop the play, let your players reset, get some new defensemen out there with 1:20 left.
Both teams making changes. I don't think that they will use their timeout yet.
I don't think so.
I think it's a little early to draw something like that up. And the faceoff is won by, again, particularly no one, but here the puck falls to Chase Knees, and Knees is unable to get the shot off. Braden Deming looking to get it. He's taken down, and that will draw a call.
It's going to be a hooking.
Both teams fighting for it now in the corner. Finally, the penalty is called, and that will even the manpower advantage up to 5-on-5 when they can get the goalie out.
This is definitely going to that is a very costly penalty. Quite honestly, they probably
didn't need to take that.
As much as I really hate to say it, I feel like they almost could have just let Deming score and try to score the two left, but I guess either way it was either let it go down by 2 or
either way,
have a penalty kill.
Either way, rather.
And is it gonna be a penalty shot?
Actually, I believe what's happening here is the referee has ruled that the penalty would have resulted in a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity, which would normally result in a penalty shot, but, and this is a recently changed rule, when the goaltender is out of the net and empty, the penalty shot is not taken and will result in a goal for Oswego State. So either way, Oswego State scores on an empty net situation. We have yet to see who they will give the goal to. Of course, it's going to, they're actually giving it to Braden Deming on that. He was the one that was fouled. And Chase Nees will receive the assist.
So did
Less
Luke
than
Myers.
A minute to go in regulation after the first time that I've seen that rule actually get applied. I knew it existed, but that's the first time I've seen it applied as a shot was ripped on by Nathan Mickey entering the zone, and
I wouldn't be
Sharano
surprised if Rutherford does get pulled here. He is being pulled as they are in the offensive zone. Luke Myers and Chase Nees is on the assist. I believe that's Luke Myers' second assist today. It is. And it's the same thing as last time. Myers to Deming, except Nees got added on this time. So that's Deming's second goal. So that's 4 goals in 2 games now.
Face-off won by the Colonials, and the shot was taken by Raimondo, took a deflection and goes wide. Last chance for the Colonials here. 41 seconds to go. 2-goal deficit to make up. Put it out in front, and that misses its intended target. Andrew Carty chasing after it with Raimundo. Carty gets the open in possession on it. It's rolling towards the net, and it's taken
Sean
away
O'Neal
at the last second
almost.
by Mickey.
Just
taking
not enough
the goal
speed
away
on the
from
puck.
Sean O'Neal, and here is Mickey back the other way. 20 seconds to go. Put one out in front, and that one went off of the outside of the net and carries all the way around. 15 seconds to go. Again, rolling towards the net. That one will stop wide.
And that just
Joey
about does
Satola,
it.
and that will just about do it. And as it is sent up, Chris Wands over it, tried to put one towards the center of the net, and that one will roll into the corner, and that is it. Oswego State wins the game by a score of 6-4, and here we go, post-whistle,
It looked
post-buzzer
like
fight.
Mickey might have thrown a hit after the buzzer. Deming tried to talk to him a little bit, especially this tight of game, this close of weekend, mind you. This is definitely, I don't want to say it, but almost expected.
Yeah, no, like, it's given everything that has transpired over the course of this weekend, and given that both of these games have been close right until the wire, you almost had to see this coming. But Oswego State comes into Pennsylvania and sweeps the Robert Morris University Colonials, winning this game by a score of 6-4.
Great job by Sharano, able to pull off a win. He hasn't played much this season. Like I said, I believe this is only his 4th game all year. Able to pull out the win in Pennsylvania, and really Lakers were able to go up. Obviously, it took a couple setbacks, allowing goals when they were up big, 3-1, 4-1, etc. But a nice job to pull off the win. Nice job by Deming to draw the penalty for the empty net goal to really seal it.
So Oswego State takes 2 wins over the course of this weekend and now moves to 10-8-0-1 on the season, while Robert Morris falls to 18-8-0-1 on the season. Again, 4 categories of game results. Again, if you're new to the ACHA, we use the 3-point system in overtime, where you receive 3 points for a regulation win, 2 points for a overtime win, and 1 for an overtime or shootout loss. Of course, this is non-conference play, so those points are essentially moot, but that's essentially how the league works.
No league points this weekend, but this is a big confidence booster heading into next weekend, when at least I'll be in Buffalo. I don't know about Pat or Jerry yet, but I'll be in Buffalo as the Lakers take on Canisius and the University at Buffalo next weekend. I know we'll be able to broadcast at Canisius. I'm assuming we'll be able to broadcast at University at Buffalo. That is to be determined, though, as we haven't been to that rink yet. But what a weekend for the Lakers, able to pull off 2 tight victories.
So that will do it for us in the Olympic Arena here at the Robert Morris University Island Sports Center in Pennsylvania. Oswego takes this game by a score of 6-4 for Ben Grieco. I'm Patrick Machado saying good night and thank you for watching ACHA Hockey on YouTube Live.